Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we are playing yet again another 1v1 matchup in the 1v1 tournament sponsored by Drone. Once again, Drone, thanks very much for putting this together. We've seen some great plays so far. This is the third out of 3 games of Saab versus Banana Eye. They've split the games 1 and 1, so this one will be the deciding factor. Now let's take a look and see what we're up against. We've got Saab in the lower left going with Cloakies. And already got 2 raiders out. In the upper right, we have Banana Eye going light vehicles. So far, no units deployed, but he is building Scorchers, 3 of them, and then get a comm unit out, or a construction unit out. So not off to an aggressive start, but it's coming. In the meantime, a raider getting up here to do a little bit of scouting, possibly harassing, but Scorcher's out in time, so that Scorcher and a light tower, of course, going to make short work of that raider. In the meantime, Saab down here has gotten a construction unit out and is going to be expanding both with his, is going to be using it to expand while his commander stays in the base, perhaps? We'll see what he ends up doing with his commander in a little bit, but he's got 1 defensive unit, or 1 defensive tower down. He's got a raider sitting in reserve. He's got a construction unit going out to start capping mexes, so not a bad start there. In the meanwhile, up here in the upper right, Banana Eye has capped all of his mexes, is starting to build up some energy, has 3 raiders out, 3 Scorchers, and he is sending them on the move. There they go. Where are they going? Let's take a look at everyone's vision and see what there is to be seen. Banana Eye has a radar tower built, so he's got some good visibility on his quarter. Down here, Saab is just now putting up a radar tower, so he's about to have some visibility to match. And Banana Eye's Scorchers are starting to move past the midway point. Not going to find any resistance right away. We've got a Glaive and a Zeus. Saab has built a Zeus. Interesting choice for a early game unit. Let's see how effective they are against these Scorchers. That Glaive is going to go down to the Scorchers pretty quick. The Zeus is moving in on the Scorchers, but the Scorchers are running away. I think wisely they see that 3 Scorchers by themselves are not going to be able to take out that Zeus. Zeus is one tough mofo. Now, on the other hand, Saab is starting to morph his commander. Right now it's level 0, finally deciding to bring it up to level 1. Commander for Banana Eye is already at level 1, and he's gone with Beam Laser and Energy Cell, as you might expect. Putting out Slashers now. Slashers on the move. Slashers putting up some defenses for this Mason, who's going to be building up, capturing some mexes, getting some expansion going. And while he has Slashers protecting his Mason, he has his raiding party, which ran away from the Zeuses over here on this side. Looks like they're going to try and move a little closer, see what's going on. But where 1 Zeus was, now there's 2. And if you thought 1 was trouble, boy, imagine what 2 is like. Of course, that beam laser from the commander helps a lot as well. And those Scorchers are just down and out. Saab has put up a defensive tower, staking out his claim to this chunk of metal right here. And let's see how expansion overall is going for everyone. So, Saab has, of course, gotten his home zone, gotten the first natural expansion, and then is going up the middle to try and take out the expansion in the middle, whereas Banana Eye took his home zone, took out his natural expansion, and then is going sideways, claiming these. However, going right up the middle is giving plenty of opportunity for Saab to advance with his... advance with his Zeuses. So far, those Zeuses are not encountering any resistance, and I'm sure he's so disappointed in that, because those Zeuses are just great at killing stuff. They are tough and dangerous. But on the other hand, having seen those Zeuses, Banana Eye is countering with the Dominatrix, which basically says, hey, nice units. I think I'll take them. Oh, very close, very close. Almost lost that Zeus to the Dominatrix, but pulled it back just in time. Meanwhile, the Dominatrix is moving on, and looks like it's going to manage to capture something. Maybe? Oh, not quite. pretty close, but not quite enough. Saab recognizes the danger that the dominatrix poses to those Zeuses and pulls them back into the loving protective arms of his commander and a laser tower. So staking up a defensive position, good position to be in, built another radar tower, and so now Saab has really good visibility across the entire map and is starting to capture mexes down here on that expansion, as well as this expansion up here. So Saab is doing really well in the getting the metal game, and that is almost the entire game for 0K. It's all about getting those mexes. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. And what do we have here? We have a group of slashers. Now that's what you want to see. If you're going to have slashers, you need to have lots of them. They reinforce each other. One or two by themselves, not too scary. Get a line of them, and they are death. Really good counterpart to go with slashers? Dominatrix. Because about the only thing that goes up well against slashers is Zeus, and Zeus does not do well against Dominatrix. So let's see how this goes. And in fact, walking right into it, walking right into the Dominatrix trap, but then running away. Falls down to fire from the slashers, keeps their distance, but still getting pounded by the slashers. That's not far enough away. Needs to retreat a little further. Finally does. Slashers are being pushed in. Oh, and here come Ravagers. Ravagers, the assault units, they're going to be able to take out that defensive tower, start making a big push, maybe even get a handle on the commander. Oh, but there is a stinger there. All right, so this entire position is much better defended than I had thought it was. Now we see some glaives marching to their death into the line of slashers. That's not good. But coming back to the economy, taking a look at things, Banana Eye must be getting some reclaim someplace because he is pretty far behind on the... Well, no, I take it back. Looks like it's actually neck and neck. Neck and neck when it comes to metal extractors. Both of them have divvied up the metal extractors between them. And so now the economy difference comes down to getting the reclaim. Doesn't seem to be a lot of reclaim going on, so maybe the balance is being made up by energy. It's kind of hard for me to tell from here. However, we do have some interesting developments. There is an airplane plant going down, so Banana Eye is starting his switch into air now. Meanwhile, the heavy fighting is all taking place right down here. There's a sniper on the field. Saab is keeping his units clustered around his defensive position with that stinger. Sending his glaives down here. This is a great move. This is open and exposed. He's going to be taking out that geothermal plant. That's going to do a major chunk of damage to Banana Eye's economy. Lost all the glaives in the process of that geo exploding, but it was well worth it. Things quieting down a little bit. Down here, Banana Eye with his commander. Looks like he's trying to do a turret push. Down here into this metal zone. Have to see how well that works out. Meantime, Zeus is taking out a turret. Maybe trying to push back up into here, but they are going to run away from those dominatrices. So this looks to be a pretty tight game, folks. Territory-wise, it's about an even split. The fighting is going on right here in the middle. Looking at the income, fairly even. Looking at the units, fairly even. Looking at the factories, it's fairly even. We now have an air factory from both sides, and a repair pad going down for Saab. Saab really pushing the heavy units, making lots of Zeuses, trying to make inroads, but having to run away from those dominatrices. I imagine that's what the bombers are going to be for. So those bombers going to be coming in here and trying their best to take out the dominatrices. Oh, one switching sides. Meanwhile, Banana Eye has his own air force. He's making vamps, trying to protect against those bombers. Ravagers versus Zeus going on here in the middle. Tough call. Both of them tough. But I think in this case, just due to the sheer numbers, we have to give this one to the Zeuses. And Banana Eye is getting a lot of free bombers thanks to those dominatrices. I wonder if Saab is going to keep trying to send those bombers one by one into that nest of cap cars and losing them one by one. I think he's decided to change tactics. Now he's putting up some vamps to try and take out the vamps from the other side, possibly even having to take out his own bombers. And a stiletto is now in play. Be interesting to see where those go. That stiletto could do a pretty bad number on all of those Zeuses down there. Taking another run at that dominatrix with a bomber and losing one more bomber to that dominatrix. So at some point, Banana Eye needs to be saying, thank you for the free bombers, and then putting them to good use. That's right, at this point, Saab is having to send out vamps to take out his own bombers. Talk about adding insult to injury. In the meantime, Banana Eye has managed to get a raiding force through the middle, down into the soft part of Saab's base, and is really starting to tear it up. A couple of raiders backed up by a Ravager. Not a huge force, but it's going to be enough to do a substantial amount of damage. Managing to take out that sniper, managing to get in a little closer, doing a little bit of damage to the base, but shortly being taken out any minute now. Wow, that Ravager is sitting there at full health, just pounding on the Zeus. My goodness. My goodness, that is going to be one of the more effective units in the game. If he keeps pushing it around, what's he going to try and do with it? Is he taking out a Zeus? Is he going to take out the caretakers? Where's he going with that? Where is he going with that? Well, it doesn't matter because it's almost out. That was good while it lasted. Pretty effective raid down here. Took out several mexes. All these mexes up here got cleaned out. So it looks like the balance is definitely shifting in favor of Banana Eye. Saab is getting a lot of reclaim from somewhere. But Banana Eye is ahead on units. Banana Eye has his economy in balance. Banana Eye has most of the battlefield here. So it looks like this is Banana Eye's game to lose. There is a ton of reclaim on the field, though, so getting out these constructors, which is exactly what Saab has done, getting those constructors out and starting to soak up all of the reclaim that's on the field, that could make a huge difference. Yes, he lost some metal extractors. Yes, that put him behind, but if he can grab this reclaim, then he can be back in the game. The question is Banana Eye going to give him the chance to get that reclaim, or is he going to keep pressing and keep pressing? Well, he's moving in a pack of Ravagers, so that answers the question right there. Those Ravagers have one thing on their mind, and that is ending this game. 5 Ravagers up against... Oh! One got taken out by a tick, but it's only paralyzed, and there's nothing else behind it to support it, so in a few seconds he's going to shake off that paralysis and join it. Oh, another tick, getting a much better response this time, taking them all out, and now it's just going to be tick after tick after tick, keeping them paralyzed until they have a chance to come in with something that's going to actually do some damage, like 1 glaive, 2 glaives, 3 glaives. Are 3 glaives going to be enough to take out these Ravagers that got killed or that got paralyzed with a tick? Could be. Oh, we also have a laser tower going down thanks to those constructors, so those Ravagers are being neutralized, but in the meantime, that base has just been whammied by a stiletto. And now the Ravagers are back on track, moving in closer, but now they're down to one. That one Ravager, we've seen this position before, and it's just not going to be enough to kill that base, not without some supports. That was a good effort, but he's going to need to try again a little harder. Speaking of trying again a little harder, what do we have going on here? We've got a Strider hub down, building a Dante. Looks like he's given up on building that Dante, focusing his efforts just on making units. Just plain old units. Putting up a hacksaw, trying to give him some relief from these bombers that are coming in. I don't think there's going to be much relief, though. We've got a Phoenix, 2 Shadows, taking out the fusion plant. That's going to be crippling. I think it's going to be not too long before the game is over, and there it is. There it is. Saab gives up, calls it quits, and the game is over. Congratulations, Banana Eye. Victory is yours. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. This is Crazy Eddie saying good luck, have fun.